They certainly do. So through turn 3, Bagnaia goes down by 1/10 of a second. He's just building temperature in that rear tyre through this blind entry, the fast sweep through turn 4. You've got to be full commitment there. 4th gear going through that turn 4. Tightens up now then through turns 5 and 6, all 2nd and 3rd gear in this part of Buriram. Then he's going to bank it right through turn 7. This is where Cal Crutchlow had his big high side in FP3 yesterday. Bagnaia still not where he wants to be. Now he tips into turn number 9. This could be what, maybe moving him up potentially onto the 2nd row, and then it'll be the next lap we're going to have to keep an eye on for Bagnaia, because that's when he'll be really in full time attack mode. Confident he's got the temperature in that rear tyre as well. Through turn 11 he goes there. Now it'll be hard on the brakes. The Ducati skips left, it skips right. He picks it all up to pick up the apex into turn number 12. 1st gear, right-hander. Over the line, Bagnaia comes. It's a great 4th sector. Brilliant 4th sector from Bagnaia. That slots him up into 4th place. That's more like it, a 1:30.098. Bagnaia on the charge.
And you're right, this next one could be even better. If the rear tyre hangs on, he puts it all together. Super hard to put it all together, Matt. The last turn is really easy to get wrong. So, yeah, here good on them cheering for Fabio. Brand new rear tyre on it, and he's already done an amazing job. Let's see what he can do now.
Against all those Ducatis, he needs all the help he can get right now, doesn't he, Fabio Quartararo? Because at the moment we've got Martin and Zarco, Prima Pramac Racing 1-2, Quartararo 3rd, and then behind him 3 more Ducatis, Bagnaia, Miller and Bezzecchi.
Yeah, Miller did a 30.2 and then a 30.1 on its 2 first flying laps. I think he's got some more in there for sure.
Now get set for fireworks, because we're into the final 3.5 minutes of this MotoGP qualifying session. Marc Marquez has headed out on the Repsol Honda. He will have brand new rubber fitted to the rear of that RC213V. Back with Bagnaia then. He's lost a bit of time in that 3rd sector, where he said yesterday, happy to report the old turning issues, the old understeer issues that dogged the Ducati here in 2018 and 2019. They seem to have rid those problems yesterday. Well, Bagnaia at the moment, will this be good enough to get him on that front row? Last time around, he was superb in this part of the circuit, in sector 4. Is he going to make it onto the front row here? Over the line he comes. It's better. It's a 1:29.775. Unbelievable 4th sector in 2 laps in a row for Pecco Bagnaia.
Wow.
That is just a whisker away from Fabio Quartararo's all-time lap record. He's got that 4th sector absolutely nailed, Simon.
Yeah, you could, I mean, he's always been good at braking. That last turn, super important to be good on the brakes and get out of there, and he did that amazingly.
Something's happened there to Jorge Martin in that 3rd sector, because we rode on board with him there. There's obviously been some kind of mistake, and that's a shame, because Martin was on course for an all-time lap record and on course for pole position. He regroups here now, the number 89. Look, he lost 4.5 seconds in the 3rd sector. What happened to Jorge Martin then? Into turn 5. Whew. Just lost the front there, didn't he?
I think he lost the rear, no? I think he was on the throttle, had a bit of a scare from the rear and then rolled out of it. Yeah,
it was the rear. Yeah, it was the rear.
But there'll be some life left in that tyre, so he should have another lap.
What's happening here to Fabio Quartararo? He's off circuit at turn 4.
I'd say he's just trying to find a slot to get in, you know, like nobody following him, nobody holding him up.
It's session over then for Jack Miller. Jack Miller then down in 5th place. Has Jack Miller run out of, has he got a problem? Has he run out of soft tyres?
He came down pit lane, guys, and jumped off the bike and was immediately pointing at the rear of the bike on the right-hand side. The mechanics were looking at it, they've rolled it into the box, and there's a lot of puzzled faces as to what's happened to that Desmond Sedici.
Yeah, because he didn't do more laps, Matt. He just went out and back in.
Nightmare for Jack Miller, and he'll hope he doesn't tumble down the time as he's any further than 5th place. We have another all Ducati front row here, led by Pecco Bagnaia, back in the groove, back under the bubble. It's Jorge Martin. Here he is then on turn 6. This is where he lost the rear on that last lap. The rear tyre again squirming underneath the Spaniard. No problem this time around for him. He's been brilliant in that 2nd sector this time around, hasn't he, Jorge Martin? Quartararo then comes over the line. This is the last flying lap for him. Martin then up by over 1/10 of a second in the first 2 splits. Quick check on Marc Marquez. Nothing going for him at the moment. Down in 7th place, head of that 3rd row of the grid. Alex Rins comes over the line. He goes up to the 6th. That's pushed Marquez now back down to 8th. Back on board with the Martinator. Surely only one place he's going unless he mucks up this final corner. He's hard on the brakes, pushing that Michelin front tyre to the extreme, isn't he? Through the final corner comes Martin. This is pole, surely it is. A 1:29.692, and it's a new all-time lap record. Prima Pramac Racing, love that. Bagnaia stays in second place. Martin, though, on pole here in Buriram.
And Bezzecchi's on one.
And look at this from Marco Bezzecchi. Here comes the Italian then. He's still on course here for a front row start. Just 400ths down he comes through the third sector on the number 72 bike. Down into turn 12 then for Marco Bezzecchi. Only ever had one front row start in his MotoGP career. Through the final corner he comes, Bezzecchi. Is he going to push Zarco off the front row? He goes pole! What a final sector for Marco Bezzecchi. Unbelievable. Late drama here then in Buriram. And Marco Bezzecchi snatches pole position. Maybe. Oh, Marquez, big moment for him into turn number 12. And he was on course for the front row there, wasn't he? Clearly. Marquez, and that's to settle for 8th place. He'll be disappointed. He'll be frustrated because it looked like he was going to get on that front row, maybe on pole. Quartararo finds a 1:29.909. He splits the Ducatis. Unbelievable that by Fabio Quartararo. The front row is Bezzecchi, Martin and Bagnaia. Although is it over because Jorge Martin, he's still desperate for that Tissot watch. Through turn 11 comes the Spaniard. Muni VR46 Racing, they're celebrating a front row. Are they celebrating a pole position here? They'll have nothing left of those fingernails because Martin out of the final corner now. Is he taking pole position here in Buriram? No, he doesn't. Cue celebrations then down in Muni VR46 Racing. There you can see it. There's Matteo Flamini, his crew chief, Marco Bezzecchi. Brilliant scenes there. Marco Bezzecchi, the 23-year-old Italian, the Valentino Rossi protege, took Rossi's first podium as a team owner at the Dutch TT in Assen. And Marco Bezzecchi then on pole position for the first time in his MotoGP career with a stunning all-time lap record, a 1:29.671 on the front row with Martin and Bagnaia. Look at the celebrations down in the Muni VR46 garage. They are over the moon, aren't they? No question. And what a job by Fabio Quartararo. There are 6 Ducatis inside that top 7. The only non-Ducati, as it so often is, Fabio Quartararo in 4th.